Are you at a crossroads where you know that you can no longer continue on the path that you're on and that you must make a different choice, but it's really hard to make that choice? So, this might be for you. If you're stuck in a relationship that is going nowhere, you've tried everything, but it's time to go onto a different path, or you're in a career that's going nowhere and it's time to go into a different path, but you're not quite sure where to go, or you have to relocate but you're not quite sure where you want to go either because you know what this place is, but it's really hard to sort of allow yourself to go into the unknown. Well, this is the moment of the threshold of change where you're being asked to consider new options, yet they're never fully formed. And that can be one of the most scariest things in the world, because you know you can no longer continue, but you're not quite sure where you're going to go. And I guess they can, like, you get little clues that you're not supposed to continue on the same path. It's like hesitating all the time. Nothing that you do works. You could put in enormous amounts of energy and investment into a relationship, into your career, but nothing ever pays off. That is life telling you you're not on your path. It is telling you to stop. Something's wrong. Something needs to change. And that's when you need to figure out what's not working and where your truth path lies. And sometimes a thing like a relocation or a talk with your current relationship can really show you the truth of where you're standing, that this is never going to change. This is never going to work. So what do I do now? And that's when you're facing things like other people's expectations that they've projected onto you, how you should behave, what you should do, and also some of the old belief systems that, if I do make this change, I'm a bad person because I owe my life to this particular path that I have been on, or I've given so much into it that I can't just let it go, or other people depend on me being in that path. Well, there's no point staying on that path if you can never be happy on that path, and if it brings more suffering. Like, our life really is short, and we should try and choose the path of the least suffering, and sometimes that's the most unfamiliar path we're ever going to be presented with, because only when we allow ourselves to let go of the current path and all the baggage that's been on it, can we step onto the new one. And yet no dreams are fully formed there, because we have to start down that path first to figure out who we are, who we're becoming, and then the dreams start to take form. So that new path's asking you to change, to transform, and become someone you don't yet fully know. But to do that, you have to say no to the existing path and be open to the steps that will open up towards where you really do need to go. Because thresholds of change are not meant to be easy, but they're here to liberate us from those tethers that hold us to the past, the old suffering, hopes, identities, roles, and old dreams that are no longer aligned to who we're becoming. And, we need to be able to let those go so that we can transition to the next phase of life, which will bring us more satisfaction and happiness. Because if you've tried everything in the old life and it still hasn't worked, you've exhausted the options, and you need to move forward so that you can feel that more, life satisfaction and get a zest back for life. So you have to leave that baggage behind, and then, look at this new life. Once that baggage is, you made the decision to let it go and your intention is to try something new, say to yourself, today I'm going to take the path that I'm guided to take. I'm going to choose the path of the unknown, trusting that I will find my true self there. I leave behind what I thought I knew so I can see my life through fresh eyes, fresh hopes, and fresh energy. then see yourself taking that one step, because all you need is one step at a time. The next intuition you have of what to do next is what you take. And once you take that step and you immerse yourself in that, the next step will appear, and then the next step, and then the next step. You don't always have to know the new future. You just need to be prepared to take a new path and know that each step that you have to take to get there will be presented along the way. That may mean leaving a relationship. That may mean leaving a career and letting go of that old identity associated with that career. Or it might mean that, it's time to move from the location that you're in. Like, it's time to get ready to put it on the market and go somewhere new. So the moment you decide to take the new path is the moment you begin to liberate yourself from something that is not working. You're not going to negotiate with the past anymore. You accept what it is. It's not for you. There's a new thing for you. And that's the moment you'll begin to embrace the life that is waiting for you.